have to be honest with you guys, you know, I feel like a bit of a fraud for making this tutorial, but I've just had so many requests on my daily makeup routine. I wear a lot of makeup on a daily basis. A full face is my everyday. But how often do you normally like look to see like why you use something? Like, you know why you use it, but in order to explain it to someone else why you use it in like a professional way, I feel like is very difficult for me. So, I mean, I made all these notes, so I'm just gonna try to roll through it here. All right, guys, so I use the Maybelline Master Prime. So this just blurs your pores and just gives you a smooth surface to work with. I'm running out of this one, can you hear that? All right, so I just smooth it on and then I try to tap in the pores. I feel like it just like fills it in there a little bit. And then I go in with my NYX Concealer. So I use the lavender shade. I don't typically use like a concealer to cover anything up. I don't have dark circles or anything like that. So I've heard that purple helps with just brightening dullness, so that's why I use that. Just put it under my eyes, a little bit on my chin, my forehead there. And then I just tap that in. And I don't use a beauty blender or anything like that. I use my hands for pretty much everything, even my eyeshadows. So that's partly why I'm feeling like I don't know if I should be making these videos, these beauty videos. Using your hands, you know, like I've tried using beauty blenders and brushes and things like that. I feel like it just soaks up a lot of the product. I just feel like you have more control over the coverage as well. All right, so this is the Maybelline Superstay. This is the 24-hour one. I just started using this. I used to use the Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and I like that one, but I ran out and I figured I'd give a different one a shot because I've been using that one forever. But I like this one. This is a little bit fuller coverage than I'm used to, but I really like it. And my skin's very oily. I have like a very oily T-zone, and this doesn't give that shininess throughout the day that full coverage foundations usually do, to me at least. And I don't use an eyeshadow primer either. I usually just go over my eyelids. Just get it all in there. All right, always make sure to get your neck. I wear a lot of turtlenecks in the winter so that I can skip this step. Alright, and then I go in with the setting powder. So the one I use is RCMA. Focus, there we go. Alright, so I get this one on Camera Ready Cosmetics. This one's pretty cheap, and it lasts a long time. So I just set my whole face. Set, none of that foundation moves around. So I'm gonna go in with contouring now. So this is the Hoola bronzer. They also came out with a Hoola light for if you're, you know, really light skin, like a porcelain. But I haven't used that one. But this one has like a gray tint to it, which makes it good for contouring. So you kind of want it to just look like a shadow. Then I go in with a smaller brush. Not sure if you can see that on there. This is like a really small font. But this was for it was in like a smoky eye set, but I use this one for my nose because it's just really easy to get in there. So this is a Luxie angled shading brush. I'll hold it up anyway, even though I can't really see anything on there. I pretty much wiped it all away. But I usually just use this one to go in and kind of just buff it out so it's not like a harsh line on there. And then I just shade the tip of my nose here just to kind of, I don't know why I do that honestly, now that I have to explain it. I just see that other people do that, so that's what I'm doing. This is the Ben Nye Media Pro Powder. So this is HD, but this is just a little bit darker of a contour color. So this also has that gray hint to it. And I just like to further sculpt out my cheeks here. And then I also do my nose up top here. I think I'm overdoing it because I'm trying too hard right now. I'm nervous. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna go in with some setting powder just to tone it down a little bit. I normally do this step anyway, but now I really need it because I like definitely overdid it. And then I go in, put it right under here. And this just further sculpts the cheekbones there. All right, and I usually leave that on just to kind of bake while I do my eyebrows. All right, and for this I use the It Cosmetics, the Brow Power in Universal Taupe. So this one, it just coats my eyebrows really well without making them look super harsh. Like I'm not into like the pomade look, like the really harsh eyebrows. I kind of like it to be more of like a natural, just filled in look. And this one also lasts a pretty long time. I keep waiting for it to run out. Like, you know, when you go to roll it up and you're like just waiting for the time when it's not gonna roll up anymore. But this hasn't let me down. It's lasted me at least like 2 months now. And I'm pretty messy with this. I'm like, I just feel like it gives it that like natural look. I just go in and I clean up my eyebrows here. So I don't like to carve mine out with concealer. I see that a lot of people do that, but I don't like the harshness of that. I almost like it to be just a really natural look. Well, as natural as it can look for your eyebrows being filled in. All right, guys, so now I'm gonna go in with the Carli Bybel palette. Focus, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna go in with like this lighter mauve shade here. You know what, first I'm gonna go in with this guy here. It's like a light cream, just to go underneath my brows to highlight that brow bone. And this is kind of the extent that I do for cleaning up my eyebrows. And it also just pops it a little bit. Makes it look just a little cleaner. Okay. Now, go in my fingers. Okay. I feel like brushes just take a lot longer to apply your eyeshadows. And also it just takes a lot more layering in order to get the kind of coverage that you want. I just feel like your fingers are your best tools, you know? Then I do the lower lash line. Just use my pinky for that because it's the smallest to get in there. Okay, and just dust away all that powder on there. I really like this Carli Bybel palette. I forgot to mention that, but I really love it. It's just all the colors that I use every day. It's just very all the neutral and natural colors. Love that. Alright, so for eyeliner, I go in with a liquid kohl. It's like a marker. It's by Seraphine Botanicals. So it's this guy right here. So with these marker ones, I love them, but I feel like they just run out of ink so quickly, you know? Like this one I've had for maybe like 2 weeks now. It's doing pretty good, but pretty tough to come by a good one. That guy lost ink, so back to what I was saying about needing another ink pen. I mean, I guess I could use this guy. Is that upside down? This is the Maybelline Master Precise ink. I like this one too. I don't like these ones as much. The liquids kind of freak me out sometimes. So I feel like it's almost game over if like just like a drop of it gets on your cheek or something, like right there. Oh, okay, got it. And also, I don't know if you guys notice this, but for these, they like make your eyelashes clumpy. I guess it like kind of seeps down onto your natural hairs, and then you don't really notice it until you go to put mascara on, and then it's like, you know, it's really hard. Now I go in with mascara. The one that I like to use is the Tarte. This one's pretty good. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I've been using this pretty often. I guess it doesn't matter too much what mascara you use if you're gonna wear fake eyelashes, but this one works pretty well on its own too, which is cool. Alright, I forgot to do my neck earlier, so I'm just gonna do that real quick. So I just grabbed that, this is the brush that came with the Hoola bronzer. So I'm just going along my jawline there. And I buff that guy out. And my nose is looking a little crooked, I think. I think it's still looking a little crooked. That's okay. Because when you go in with your highlight shade, as long as you have a straight line with that, you're usually fine, you know. Cheeks here. Then I go above my eyebrows a little bit. Right there. Alright guys, so the eyelashes that I use are, I think it's pronounced Amor Us, but I use the WSP ones. You can get these on Amazon in bulk. So I get the 6-pack of them for like, it's $10.99. And if you have Prime, they're there like 2 days, so. So I use these little tweezer guys, but these are easy to place the eyelash on your eye, and then I just get tweezers and kind of pin the ends down. Right, and the lash glue that I use is the Duo. So for this, you're gonna have to just let this dry for not half a minute, maybe like, yeah, maybe half a minute. Just for it to get tacky, it just sticks better. All right. Now I just pop that on. I go in with my tweezers. So I go with a little more mascara on there. I like these ones because they're really wispy. But also, like, they're pretty, like, they're easy for me to chunk, and I like chunkier eyelashes. Now I just clean up any fallout. Then I go in with some blush. So this is by Pretty Vulgar. This is Hush Blush. Put a little too much on there, and then I just buff it out with a clean brush. So now I just go in with a chapstick and then I just grab a tissue and wipe that off. Now if I were gonna wear like a liquid lipstick or any kind of lipstick really, you wouldn't need to wipe that off, but I'm just gonna use a gloss, so I don't want it tainted with foundation. And the one that I go in with is Sky Pink by Revlon. I like the true baby pinks, and this one is really good. All right guys, and this is the finished look. I hope that you guys enjoyed this look, or at least be able to laugh at all the corners that I cut in my routine. If you also half-ass your makeup routine, then please give me a like down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.